Le'Veon Bell is the running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he wants to be paid more money. Le'Veon Bell wants a raise, and Le'Veon Bell wants a long-term contract. And apparently, the Steelers do not want to give him that. The Steelers don't want to give Le'Veon Bell a new contract. They franchise tagged their running back. What that means is Le'Veon Bell is scheduled to make $14.5 million this season. And at the end of the year, Le'Veon Bell will be an unrestricted free agent. He will be free to sign with whatever team he wants. He'll probably get a big long-term contract at the end of the season. But Le'Veon Bell does not want to be paid the franchise tag. Le'Veon Bell wants a long-term contract. And until he gets paid, he's not going to show up to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So Le'Veon Bell's holding out. Neither side is budging. The Steelers don't want to pay him. Le'Veon Bell doesn't want to play for the Steelers. Things are at a standstill. Now, here's the timeline. Here's what's going to happen. Because it's likely that Le'Veon Bell is going to hold out until Week 10. At Week 10, there's a deadline where Le'Veon Bell must play. Le'Veon Bell has to play Week 10, and if he doesn't come back by Week 10, he will not accrue a year of service towards time towards the NFL, whoever tracks that. If Le'Veon Bell does not play after Week 10, if he holds out past Week 10, the Steelers will still have his rights at the end of the year. He will not accrue another year, and the franchise tag will not matter because you can franchise tag for 3 seasons. He won't accrue a year, so the Steelers would still have his rights at the end of this year. So if Le'Veon Bell wants to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of this season, if Le'Veon Bell wants the freedom to go wherever he wants, sign a big contract somewhere else, he has to come back to the Steelers by Week 10. And you must know, every week that Le'Veon Bell does not show up to play for the Steelers, he loses $800,000. He loses more money a week than Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys starting quarterback, makes all season. Now, here's where it gets interesting, though. Le'Veon Bell's not showing up, and his teammates do not like that. They are frustrated. They're not a fan of it. And they've spoken out against him. Le'Veon Bell's teammates, and not just his teammates, his offensive line, have come out and criticized their running back. So first off, I want to dive into what his teammates have said, but I want to also dive into Le'Veon Bell's perspective because I understand both sides of this argument. There's no right or wrong. It's this argument, this whole situation is not black and white. I understand both perspectives. Neither side is right, but both sides have consequences to their actions. Le'Veon Bell's teammates called him out. There's consequences. Le'Veon Bell holding out until Week 10. There's consequences. So first off, I want to say I understand where Le'Veon Bell is coming from. The Steelers use Le'Veon Bell a ton. He led the NFL in carries last year. He had 321 carries, and he had the 3rd most yards in the NFL. Kareem Hunt had 1,327. Todd Gurley had 1,305 yards, and very closely behind, Le'Veon Bell had 1,291 yards. But Le'Veon Bell doesn't just run the football. He had 85 catches. Yes, Le'Veon Bell was the second leading receiver in general for the Pittsburgh Steelers. What that means is Le'Veon Bell touched the ball 406 times. So Le'Veon Bell's argument makes sense to me. I understand why Le'Veon Bell says, look, I'm touching the ball more than anybody in the entire NFL. I'm getting hit a ton. And if I'm going to get hit that much, I want to be compensated for my work. It makes sense. But not only that, not only is Le'Veon Bell being used a ton by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Put yourself in Le'Veon Bell's shoes. Put yourself in his perspective for a minute. Everybody got paid this offseason. Jimmy Garoppolo got paid. Aaron Rodgers got paid. Khalil Mack. Aaron Donald got a giant contract. Todd Gurley, another running back, got paid. Odell Beckham Jr. Even Brandon Cooks. Not to mention Sammy Watkins. Player after player after player got paid. But here's the big one. I bet this is the one that bothers Le'Veon Bell the most. Jerick McKinnon. Le'Veon Bell had to watch Jerick McKinnon sign a massive contract with the 49ers. Remember, mind you, Jerick McKinnon was a backup running back in Minnesota. He only had 150 carries last year, less than half of Le'Veon Bell, and he signed a 4-year deal worth $30 million. I can only imagine Le'Veon Bell is at home thinking, Are you kidding me? I'm the best at my job. I'm the best person in the world at playing running back. And everybody's getting paid. Everybody's not only getting a raise, other players, Todd Gurley, Jerick McKinnon, Sammy Watkins, all kinds of players are getting giant deals. And I can't get a raise or a long-term contract. Are you kidding me? I am sure Le'Veon Bell is at home going, it's my turn. I deserve the money. So I get it. I understand. I understand where Le'Veon Bell is coming from, but let's talk about his teammates. Because I understand how his teammates feel as well. Veteran offensive lineman Ramon Foster came out and said this. This is a quote from Ramon Foster, offensive lineman for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He said, "What do you do? Here's a guy who doesn't give a damn, I guess. So we'll treat it as such. I just hate that it's come to this." That is what he said. He said, clearly the guy doesn't care. We're going to treat it that way. And it's just sad it came to that. Now, Foster also pointed out that Le'Veon Bell is making 7 times as much as he is. He's also making twice as much as Alejandro Villanueva, the left tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, the Pittsburgh Steelers center also came out. Marquise Pouncey spoke of Le'Veon Bell. He said Le'Veon Bell was selfish. And he said, yeah, I'm kind of pissed. Le'Veon Bell isn't showing up. This is a huge deal. His offensive line is calling him out. This matters. This has impact. Le'Veon Bell's not successful without his offensive line. All of his prior successes have come because of his offensive line. Got to thank the big guys up front. So I understand how his teammates feel as well. The Steelers' goal is they want to win a Super Bowl. It's what every team wants. The goal, but it's the goal of every team, but the Steelers, more than most, actually have a legitimate shot to win a Super Bowl. I mean, if I was doing a group project and a guy was so angry with the group he was given, he never showed up and we failed the assignment, I'd be mad. I'd be like, Jim, what the heck? You should have came. You should have helped us. That's how his teammates feel. I also want to ask the question, why would the offensive lineman come out and say this publicly? They could have reached out to Le'Veon Bell privately. They could have sent him a text message or called him or bought him lunch, anything. And maybe they did. I have no idea. Maybe they did reach out to him privately, and maybe it didn't work. But it's very obvious, it's very clear. The Pittsburgh Steelers offensive lineman escalated the situation by calling out their running back publicly. So what does all of this mean going forward? You have Le'Veon Bell who wants more money. I understand. You have his teammates calling him out. I get where they're coming from too. They want help. They have a goal. He's not helping their goal. He's hurting them. What do we take away from all of this? Clearly, first, there's a bunch of dysfunction in Pittsburgh. Some people are saying it's too toxic. The Steelers just need to trade away Le'Veon Bell. Get rid of him. He won't work. He's messing up the locker room. I understand that perspective. But I actually think the Steelers should sign Le'Veon Bell. They should pay their running back. Give him more money. Now, let me preface this statement by saying I believe the Steelers are already paying him too much. I think $14.5 million is ridiculous for a running back. It's more than I would pay him. Le'Veon Bell is 26 years old, and he's already rushed for over 5,000 yards in his career. His days in the NFL are numbered. He's not going to last 5 more years. If you give Le'Veon Bell a 6-year deal, by year 4, 5, 6, he's probably going to be burned out. However, the Pittsburgh Steelers have a chance at a Super Bowl this year. So if I were the Steelers, I would give Le'Veon Bell what he wants. Give him what he wants. Get him on the field because you have a shot at a Super Bowl. It's the same reason why I agreed with the Rams paying Aaron Donald. Get him on the field. It doesn't matter. If you have a chance to win a Super Bowl, do everything in your power, do everything you can to get yourself in position to win a Super Bowl. Go after another Super Bowl. You have this window. Big Ben is aging. You have all these stars on your roster. You have the best receiving core in the NFL by a mile. The Steelers have this very brief window to win a championship. They must capitalize. I don't care if you're going to pay Le'Veon Bell way more than he's worth. If he helps you win a Super Bowl, do it. You have a brief window. Take advantage of this time. Because, look, if you pay Le'Veon Bell a giant contract, 6 years, and he's worthless in the last 3 years of that contract, will it matter anyways? Because you won't have Big Ben. You'll have maybe Mason Rudolph. Who's that other quarterback, the guy from Tennessee? Those guys aren't going to win. regardless, the Steelers aren't going to be in a position to win a Super Bowl in 4 years. So do everything you can to win now while you actually have a window and a chance to win a Super Bowl. So even though I think Le'Veon Bell is not worth the money he's asking, I would pay Le'Veon Bell. Give him the money. I would not recommend the Seahawks or the Redskins or, I don't know, I wouldn't recommend the Lions. I would not recommend those teams give Le'Veon Bell the money he's asking for. But none of those teams, the Seahawks, the Redskins, the Lions, none of those teams have an opportunity to win a Super Bowl. The Steelers actually have a legitimate shot. There's a brief window where they could win a Super Bowl. It doesn't matter what he's asking for. Give him what he wants. Get him on the field. Their chances, the Steelers' chances of winning a Super Bowl go up if they have Le'Veon Bell on the field. Not a lot, but I would do everything I can. Even if Le'Veon Bell gives you a 3% increase, I do everything I possibly can to win a Super Bowl if I was the Pittsburgh Steelers. All right, I want to revisit the Eagles and Falcons game. I have two interesting little nuggets of information I wrote down in my notes. The first one is this. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Zach Schaumler. This is my show, Strong Opinion Sports. It's my pride and joy. I'm very proud of it. If you're new to Strong Opinion Sports, you can subscribe to it on iTunes, SoundCloud, on YouTube. You can find the full entire hour-long podcast on YouTube, or you can find more shorter breakout videos like the one you just watched. And if you like what I had to say, maybe you hate what I had to say, share this with your friends. Share it on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is. Help me grow Strong Opinion Sports by telling your friends about the show. My name is Zach Schaumler. Have a great day.